Alright, hello everyone. Welcome back to another live stream. Or my third live stream today. Because, the others failed. And, the previous one, the one before this that ended just a few minutes ago, was just black screen. And I failed at finishing the game. But I was so close. Like, I was fighting Mr. X. And that, literally, that's that. That's all I did in that previous lecture, and before that I just died and died in like the fifth stage. And yeah, this is stupid. And I really forgot to open the fusion window, the emulators window, to record in that previous lecture. Like I freaking reached round 8 today. Like, it's really a good progress. But I told you guys that I'm going to finish the game next live stream that I'm going to do. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this game no matter what. And I'm gonna have to use Blaze because Blaze is like fast and has that long reach with her fist. Like, I know that jag technique where you punch left and right. Like, people that play SOR know the trick. Guys, I'm gonna have to mute myself. I'm not going to talk. But yeah, hope you enjoy, and I hope today is the last day. I mean, it took me a long time to finish this game, at least reach the round 8 on the hardest difficulty, and the only problem I had was Mr. X's goons are just horrible. Yeah, seriously, they're horrible. They're literally horrible. Uh, Anyways, let's get into the game. Uh, seriously, guys, I'm seriously shocked. I can't beat Mr. X. Like, I need what? Like 7 some more lives like that. And courtesy of the thugs, the freaking street punks, the freaking Noras, the freaking Signals, the Galcias, the Knife Galcias, the freaking God knows. And those freaking clowns with their stupid Wolverine knives, with those stupid claws of theirs. It's just unbeatable. This game is just needs more strategy than just some simple small strategies that I'm thinking here. Like, it's hard core. I'm really wondering which character should I play as next to, you know, beat the freaking out of this game. I mean, Axel, the only problem that Axel has is like the kick isn't good. Like, his kick doesn't reach, you know, that long range. It does. It's not like Blaze's kick or Adam's kick. Like those, like, you know, those characters, those playable characters, have a better like reaching with their kicks. Like for Abatey and some other like times, like you want to kick some thugs, you can't do it because of Axel. Like Axel can't reach and all that stuff. Why I'm not choosing Axel is because of this. Heck. Even the controller is slow in response now. Doesn't even work correctly. I guess it might be the controller. I don't know. I'm gonna try with the keyboard first of all. And I'm gonna give you guys an advice. One advice. Not that it's an excuse, but for me, this controller, it's kind of slow. Buy a better controller, or if you're going to buy a Sega Genesis controller, which just like me, I did, just go with 8-bit though. Mine is not a 8-bit though. It's a 6-button controller, which is a USB version one. It's not one of those Sega Genesis model ones. You know, they you know, they're serial based cables. Like, they're not USB type. Like, they're serial type, serial port, whatever type. Like, you know, the Sega Genesis used, you know, had, you know, those serial ports where you had to connect the controller of the Sega Genesis itself. You know what I'm talking about. Hate this. Those, you know what? I'm so angry right now that I can't control myself here very well. I'm gonna give this a save. Damn the goddamn Galcias and Mr. X. You know, where they come and assist Mr. X. They're just ridiculous hard. They're just ridiculously hard core with that health that they have. Like, whose idea was it to give those green and red ones so much health? Like, whose idea was it here? Like, seriously, it's OP. They're really OP. I mean, the round 5 is a problem. There, I died a few times, like 2 times, was it? Or 3 times. I mean, I am getting used to not dying in stage 1, stage 2, and also close to stage 3, so I am making a progress. I mean, stage 4, we didn't die, did we? Oh, I forgot. I mean, I think we didn't die. Stage 5, hell. That stage is the worst nightmare of mine from now on. Like, the Galcias are, like, they say it even today, Galcias are OP, but I'm gonna say something here. Be grateful that you have the modern Galcia in SOR 4, you know, since SOR 2, they were weak. Like, be grateful, because if you had this same Galcia and the Donovans never existed and other enemies never existed, these Galcias would have been this piece of Super Saiyan jinky jinxers. Like, they jinx you pretty much when they hit you. Like, you get bad luck because of these thugs. I wanted to say something bad, but I tried to say thugs. I'm not scared, I'm angry. Seriously. Oh, freaking hell. I'm gonna try my best to see the comments, the chat. Crazy. Alright, zero concurrent users. Sorry, that came out wrong. 0 concurrent viewers and 1 likes. Okay, I'm gonna end the live stream though. This is ridiculously hard. Like, who even finishes this? Like, yeah, Anthopants did it. Some other YouTubers did it. Small YouTubers. Like, Anthopants is like famous in Twitch, but he uploads in YouTube. It's been a while. Like, how long has he been playing Streets of Rage? Like, I'm gonna assume he's been playing for 10 years. Maybe more than that. Maybe since 2005. I don't know. Like, I just recently, saw Anthopants' videos and other people's videos that made on the older Streets of Rage. Not Streets of Rage 4, if that's what people think. Like, no. The older games. Like, the first Streets of Rage video I saw was Anthopants' Streets of Rage video on YouTube. I don't have Twitch. Don't get mad at me, please. God. I'm really... My hands hurt. My back hurts. My neck hurts like... like my spine is about to break because of this chair. 1 hour and 11 minutes and 47 seconds. Damn. I mean, who even beat this game? Like, it's next to impossible even for me. On the hard difficulty, I could do it. Not in the hardest difficulty, which is ridiculous. I don't know if I should move from this point. Should I go to Streets of Rage 2? I really don't know. I mean, no one's even here to vote if I should move on to Streets of Rage 2. Because I can't really beat this thing. Like, I don't have anyone saying that, because I know people going to watch this as a video. Which is ridiculous, since they're all failures. All the live streams I made, they're all failures. I failed. This is ridiculous. Seriously, who even does this live streaming thing? It's all one, that is. If it was Super Mario, I would go mad. Super Mario. The freaking NES game that I first played. Not that it matters too much, because I'm NES fan, sorry, Nintendo fan and a Sega fan. Both. Alright, I'm gonna have to make it my own mind. Like, I have to do something about this. Maybe I should do another live stream. Hopefully in that live stream I beat this, and this time I'm not gonna sit around and just see videos. not videos of Streets of Rage, like videos, rest and all that stuff. Next time I'm gonna just freaking, like, after this live stream, I'm just gonna, like, next hour I'm gonna start playing this game on the hardest difficulty so I could prepare for the live stream. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I think other live streamers had this problem with this game. Like, pretty much the whole franchise. Like the third game in USA is just hard, like this game, but even 10 times worse. Not 10 times, 20 times. I'm gonna go with that number. 20 times. There are a lot of Streets of Rage 4 things I want to do after this. Streets of Rage 1 and 2. And 3. 3 is my favorite. Like, you can run, you can punch. The punch thing, leave that. Basically, it's my favorite because it's better than the originals, the previous ones. Like, you can sprint. It's not that slow. Like, people say Streets of Rage 3 is slow, but the game that I would say is slow is Streets of Rage 1, and then the Streets of Rage 2 is a little bit faster, like teeny tiny 20%, 20-25%, heck, around those numbers, maybe even less, 15, 10, 15, 20%, I don't know. I'm gonna go with this, 10 to 30% faster than Streets of Rage 1. And Streets of Rage 2 is... Sorry, I'll talk about Streets of Rage 2. Alright, Streets of Rage 3. And Streets of Rage 3 is... heck, 50%. No, not 50%. If you wanted to compare it to Streets of Rage 2, I would say 25% more faster. Plus with the running thing, 35% more faster. Compared to Streets of Rage 1, Streets of Rage 3 compared to the first game, I would say, hell, 50% faster than this game. This is something that I never speak about, and I never spoken about anyways. I'm just saying, yeah, all of them are my favorite, but the truth is, there is a balance in it. Like, I hate it and I like it. Like, for example, Streets of Rage 1, let's put percentage here. 50% I have positives with this game, and 50% negatives with this game. Like, 50% I hate it, 50% I like it. That's that. The second game, 70% I like it, 30% I hate it because of some boss fights, and like, the music is good. Alright, I take it back. 80% and 20% negative. 20% hate, negative, but 80% is still good, which is a good rate in its own, and the worldwide. The third game, I would go with 93, because of them trying to censor it in other countries, and having this, God knows, having this stupid difficulties go higher than that, like high up, freaking, like, that's ridiculous. And the music wasn't terrible. It's really great. They're my favorites. Like, it's some people's different, sorry, it's some people's favorite music. Like, the third game's music is some, like, 25% of people. Alright, 75% of people, SO players, hate Streets of Rage 3 music, and 25% like it. Or I'm miscalculating here, that some people like it, let's just say, and some people don't like it. And I'm one of those people that likes SO3's music because it, fits with the theme that the third game has. Like, the third game is a rush. It has that seriousness that you would see in the anime. Like animes, they have these calm and great musics, the happy musics, but then in next, series is they go forward, like they go with a different chapter and all that stuff. The music becomes a little bit different, dark and rushy and all that stuff. Like go with Naruto. The first Naruto was a little bit different. The Naruto Shippuden, if I'm not mistaken, that's how it was pronounced, is like has this different tone of music. Like this is normal. Like whoever says Yuzo Koshiro made bad music, it's like, I mean, come on, man. The guy knew what he was doing, and he still looks at the third game's music as his best personal favorite music of all time. Like that's what he thinks. I mean, it took a bad beat back in the 90s because, it was still 90s and it wasn't, the year 2000 because that's when Naruto came out, or, 2010s. Put it that way. Like, it wasn't only Naruto, there was other shows. There are other shows. I don't know which ones did it. But yeah, I mean, you could say, yeah, Streets of Rage is a game, not an anime. You silly fool. No. Game or not game, anime or not anime, like, that happens. Like, to any game, it happens. The music has to change. The tone has to change sometimes. And that would go for Half-Life as well. I think Half-Life did have a few from Half-Life 1. Like Half-Life 2 was a little bit different with its musics. Like the tone was a little bit different because of how they wanted to create this futuristic alien invasion. These crazy things, these, scientific things. Scientific fictional things, like science fiction thing. Alright? The fourth game is good, but I don't know if it's me, having this problem. Like, someone correct me if you have played with the retro games, like, for the first time. Did you see this? Did you notice this? When I play as Axel SOR4, the distance are higher. Like, you can punch, you can reach the enemy. Like, when you punch, it goes right through him, like right through Donovan. Like the punch, that it goes longer with the SOR4 characters. Well, some of them, because Blaze and Cherry are, well, they don't reach the same distance as Axel's punch. Like their punch doesn't reach the same distance as SOR4 Axel. Like, I'm talking about SOR4 playable characters, not the retro ones yet. Now I'm gonna talk about it. So go with Streets of Rage 3, SOR3 Axel, and SOR4 Axel. You see that Axel from Streets of Rage 3 has a short, like SOR3 character as Axel is a little bit short. Like, a little bit short. And you know what? Donovan just hits you right then and there. Like, he gets the opportunity to hit you. And the problem, like, the way I try to fight with the retro characters is, I'll try to, like with SOR3 character, like the Axel one, I'll try to Grand Upper when I see Donovan, or use my forward special, which finishes them off. Could say, well, you have your solution. Why do you still talk about this? Why are you even trying to talk about it in the first place? Well, it's because, like, it's not only with the SOR3 character. It's with, like, SOR2 characters, like Shiva can reach, Zan can reach, Blaze and Axel, nope, not even Skate. Max can reach, Axel SOR2 can't, Blaze can't, from SOR2, neither can Skate. Like, there is some small differences, and they should fix this hitbox, like this distance hitbox, whatever it is. Like they should fix it with the retro characters, like fixing the enemies themselves. So whenever you enter, when you play as a retro character, the game could, have this hitbox changed so they could, hit you, like you could hit them properly and they won't hit you that easily. It's kind of unfair doing this with the hitboxes. Like it doesn't even make it the same game in some ways. Like when you play as the retro characters, like it shows that it's way different than the other three games. Like it's literally different. Like yeah, we do have Donovan Galaxy and Knife Galaxy, all those crappy bad guys from the previous games and some new ones from this game. But the game is very different. Very, very different. And it's the tone of its story, like some people say the third game wasn't like it didn't have the martial arts tone, as they said. The third game didn't have it. Like the other two previous games, SOR 1 and 2. And SOR 4 kind of brings it back, if you ask me. It's close to bringing back that martial arts tone that everybody was talking about back in the day. Like SOR 3 doesn't have that, now SOR 4 has it. Like it's kind of a different game. Like 27 years, like 2022 comes out, like it's gonna be 28 years since the last game. Like heck, 2021 is 30th anniversary of Streets of Rage 1, and I really wished they could have at least remastered the older games, at least. Not that they're bad here, like these versions are great, but the Mega Drive Classic Edition is the worst of them all, and like it's not bad. You can play the game on the 4:3 aspect ratio, but one thing that is so terrible about it is the audio. And I've talked about this way before all this. The audio is horrible. Like you can't do anything about it. Like it's gonna be like that for a long time. Like the Sega Mega Drive Classics Edition, like you play Streets of Rage, the Steam versions, and just the Classics Edition versions, like the audio is horrible. Like I don't know why people moved on to those versions. Like the emulator that I'm playing with, the Sega Fusion version 3.64, it can play Genesis, CD, Game Gear, and Master System, and the audios are much, much better than the freaking Frankenstein Mega Drive Classics Edition. I mean, you can't even find any ROMs anymore. Like a few years from now, the websites that have these ROMs might be shut down. They might close it off and all that stuff, and boom, you would have a lot of problems, big problems. Very, very big problems. Man, my legs hurt like hell. But yeah, anyways, you really need to have SOR 1 remastered along with the other two games, because it would show what would have the older Streets of Rage games would have been like in the era of 2020 or 2019 or 2018, because the game was in development since 2018, 19. I think it took them 2 years to develop the game, which is crazy if that's the truth. Like, I haven't researched about how this came to be, like the history and all that stuff. Like, how long did it take them to develop the fourth game? Like, people did wait for 27 years, but it wasn't in development for 27 years. Like that's stupid. Like Dotemu got Crush Games, if I'm not mistaken, that's their name. And Lizard Cube didn't even exist yet. Like in the 90s, they didn't exist yet. That's obviously ridiculous of me thinking that. Like, I have to say, reverse engineering, the fourth game was like the Sega Genesis games, like their codes, they reverse engineered it, and they did a lot of things, you know. They remastered a lot of games, and they created a lot of games, and I'm impressed, just like everybody else, just like you guys, that watch this as a video every time. I don't think there's gonna be a Streets of Rage 5 though. Well, in the next 5 years maybe, or 7 years maybe. And I know that game's going to be different because we might see the last of... Not the last of, you could say... Axel would be slower because he's in his 40s. If they're going to say another 10 years later and all that stuff. Like, if that's what they're going to do, he's going to be... Like, Axel's going to be old, Blaze is going to be old. They're gonna be in their 40s, you know? And it's ridiculous. Like, Axel becomes so old and so slow. Whereas Blaze, she's like, she's fast. Like, nothing happened to her. Like, nothing. She's just the same Blaze as Streets of Rage 1 and 2 and 3. Like, it's ridiculous. Axel was 20-something years old. And then he's 30 years old. But he's slow. He's unlike Blaze. Like, it's seriously crazy what they're doing with the characters. Like, that's one thing that disappoints me. And like I said before, I have negatives and positives with these games. So it's not like I like them completely, but I still say I like them. And not saying they're really bad, they're really good games if you could have, you know, master them completely to be a pro at them, which I'm not pro at it. Basically, Axel has a frame issue. Everybody knows that. And he still has those frame issues. Which is ridiculous. Like the SOF4 playable character, that's what I'm talking about. The frames are just a little bit slow in some ways, but I mean, if you could time everything right with the character and the enemies, you could pass the game. I mean, I do get angry when I try to get perfect and S rank, but I can't do it because well, this is what I realized recently, which was something stupid that I had in mind. I was like, yeah, let's do perfect and all that stuff. Let's keep our health to, you know, the highest possible. Like, let's restore our health. Don't have that green health, so we could eat the turkey, eat the apples, and get points, more score points, and all that stupid stuff. You know, that they would help you rather than give you points. Like, I was so stupid. I was caring about the point system because I thought I would get S rank, but no. There's that player, like, for example, B2S Gaming, like, did it himself, ate the whole turkey and food, didn't get any points, and boom, he has a S rank, perfect, no problem. Like, I'm stuck with stage 1's perfect problem thing. Like, I'm stuck. I did finish the games, and here I am. But what I'm doing right now is just playing them on all the difficulties, getting S ranks and all that stuff with every character rather than get perfect, because I know it's gonna take a long time with SOF4 to get used to, because it's a little different game, like 50% different than the other old games. What time is it anyways? Alright. Alright, I made a decision. I'm gonna leave. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.